Never mind. Let me
Yeah,
not
yeah.
count
Calm
up
down,
it.
calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Wait, I already went too far. You can't. Nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna take it to the next level.
Welcome to Roundtable Talks, the show where we deep dive topics and we just have fun. I'm joined by my friend, best friend, Mino. As always, how you doing today, bro?
Konnichiwa, how, hi, hola, all of that. I'm feeling good.
Sounds like it. How's your day going?
Uh, Today I took a day off from work,
Uh
a
huh.
much needed break. Um, but I had to come in to my second job,
Okay.
Subway, and it's a busy night. But I'm taking a break to stream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel that. I feel that. I I had a I had a rough Monday. Today was Thursday. I had a rough Monday. Was feeling really down, but listened to some podcasts, read a book, and my spirits were lifted.
Nice. Was it a book that I asked
That's
you
the
to read?
only books I read, so I don't know what you're doing.
Nice, nice. I mean,
Can't
we
take
still got to talk
credit.
about it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on the second one actually.
Yeah, the second.
I
Wait,
almost
you're the
done the
second one?
second one. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You saw the second one? I
I
didn't even know
have
you
to
buy the
know what's
second one.
going on.
I would have done me listen to it if I knew.
Anyway, that's for a different time. But
Yeah, yeah.
the rest of the week been good. Besides the AC at my job not working anymore because they bought a cheap system. So inside the office was 90 degrees, and
They
outside
trying
was
to cook you?
they just I don't know what they're trying to do. They've been working every month for the past month. They just always broken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hop into it. I have a post here on confessions. It's kind of
I don't get to
lengthy.
see between one and three or something.
No, 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 not tonight, not tonight, not tonight.
Damn. Okay, okay.
It was. I don't have that much that I feel that's actually worthy of having to choose between yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's on our confessions. It says, "I regret donating a kidney to my mom. 3 years ago, my 35 female mom, 69 female, was diagnosed with kidney failure, most likely due to high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, which was poorly controlled for years because she doesn't like doctors and didn't want to be a pill popper. She was told she had to go on dialysis 3 days a week, up to 6 hours a day, including travel time, while she was put on the kidney transplant waiting list, which takes years to find a match on average. She was firm that she did not want to be on dialysis and told me to give her one of her kidneys, one of my kidneys.
Wow.
She said she had raised me and provided me all these years, put me to college, etc. Now she needed this from me.
Yikes.
Filial piety is very important to our culture. We are Chinese American. I was taken aback by this, but after thinking about it, I also thought it was the right thing to do based on my own values. I love my mom. I care about her helping people. I was already signed up to be a deceased organ donor. Plenty of people live with only one kidney. If I could give a kidney to save someone else's life, then I should, especially if it's a loved one, etc. This is long. Okay, they make being a kidney donor sound very good in theory. People with only one kidney can live just as long as people with two, and if you ever need a kidney, you get priority on the transplant list. What they leave out is you have to basically turn your life upside down after because you now only have half the reserve. I have been completely healthy before, but only a year after the surgery, they found out that my remaining kidney couldn't handle doing the work of two and was now also in the early stages of failing. I had built my life around food. I was working on my dream job as a chef and ran a food travel blog as my main hobby. However, to protect my remaining kidney, I basically had to cut out meat, fat, and sugar from my diet and limit salt to just 1 gram a day, which meant I had to quit my dream job as a huge part of it was tasting the food I was serving. I don't have any other skills, so the only job I was able to get was as a secretary. Almost all the food I consume is very bland, and when I do travel, I often have to bring my own food to survive on salads or survive on salads. Okay.
Wow.
Meanwhile, only about 2 years after the transplant, the kidney I gave my mom also failed. She would often not be taking in the immunosuppressants for after the transplant because she could not tolerate the side effects. It's possible her hypertension or diabetes was still not optimally controlled, and she also did not make any of the dietary changes. She is now back on dialysis and the waiting list. I'll probably get flack for this, but looking back, I cannot help but think it was not worth it. I bought my mom maybe 2 extra years of life at the cost of 30 years of my life or more that would have been free from worries about chronic health problems. I also lost my career, my main hobby, and my husband, and I had been thinking about starting a family, but the doctor told me it would not be advisable for me to have children. I was previously healthy, but now I'm on several medications to try to stretch my remaining kidney as far as possible before I have to go on dialysis. And if I do get a kidney transplant, I'll have to take strong immunosuppressants with significant side effects for the rest of my life. My mom lived a full life, almost 70 years, and tried to buy her a few more years, and I feel like I cut mine in half.
Wow. I already have thoughts from since the beginning before we even got to the bad
Yeah,
parts.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But damn.
Yeah. That's that's
You
sad,
just gonna
man.
park mommy some slap. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I just kidding. It's not really her mom's fault per se, but
Definitely your mom's fault.
I'll say this. I always believe it's not the child's responsibility to take care of the parent. Parents' responsibility to take care of the child. And I think her mom was wrong for guilt tripping her, talking about she put her through school, talking about all that stuff. Like, okay, you're the parent, that's your job. Like,
Yeah.
you complaining to me about you doing your job. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
when I
yeah.
sweep the house, I don't complain about sweeping the house.
Yep.
So that was kind of messed up her mom. But at the end of the day, she maybe maybe truthfully or maybe not truthfully, she convinced herself that she was doing the right thing and that that goes with her morals.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard for me to be like completely mad at her mom if she wasn't coerced, which I think she was, but I think she was just talking herself into it, to be honest.
Well, her mom, basically, like you said, guilt trip her. So, like, you're not gonna let your mom die, right? Even though she's like 70. It's like time to go to see whoever you gotta go see after this, you know what I mean?
It's rough because I think I wouldn't let my mom die, but I probably wouldn't give her the kidney.
Yeah,
Like me personally, which it sounds bad because it does sound like I would let my mom die,
yeah,
but at the end of the day, like you already lived your life and
yeah,
I have to live my life. And like she pointed out, like it's a surgery. And even if the surgery was perfect, it's still a surgery.
yeah. She could not come out of it too.
Yeah. So it sucks that she lost like her husband, her ability to have children, her job, her hobbies, and now she could only be a vegan for the rest of her life. That's the
Jeez.
worst fate about being a vegan.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I was trying to make a joke, but
Oh.
yeah,
My thing is like for me, if it was me in her shoes, I would just say no, flat out, because you had all opportunity to change things and probably mediate things. You didn't want to take the pills because you don't want to be a pill popper. You didn't change your diet before or after the kidney. So it's like, why am I going to save you when you can't save yourself?
yeah. If you ain't even doing the bare minimum, why am I going to go above and beyond? That's crazy.
I'd have been like, it might have been like, I'll give her the kidney. I'll have one. She'll have mine, and she'll still destroy it because she's not changing anything about her.
Yep. The fact that she should already have seen that red flag. But I think the problem is when you have a parent or when you have somebody that you love or care about, you don't see the red flags.
Mm.
But I feel like she should have seen the red flags. Like obviously my mom is not going to take care of herself. She already 70, and whether this stereotype is true or not, like usually when you're old, you don't change your ways. So I'm guessing like her mom, as an older woman, she should have known that she wasn't going to change her ways.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just sounds bad.
It is bad. But guess
Personally,
what?
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like personally, if I heard the guilt trip, I'll just cut off.
Yo, for real.
Like I'll
If
be
you're going
like,
to
oh
stop,
really? Okay.
if you're going to stop guilt tripping people, man, that's the worst.
Yeah.
But it's okay because I have positive news.
Okay. Okay.
Like that transition.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Shoo. Um. So I saw something today that was like kind of like science fiction because I thought it was cool.
Hmm.
Well, I thought it was cool because it looked like science fiction. So NASA They're swapping the buggy shape for their new rover for a giant snake in hopes it can explore the moon of Saturn. And I kind of want to show you the picture. Let me see if I can show you the picture. How do I share my screen? Ooh,
That
let me
gonna
make sure I
mess up
close any.
everything. That gonna mess up the whole stream. Oh, okay, well go ahead, try it.
Okay, okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right, all right.
Something new, something new. Let's go.
All right. I want to show the picture because they have a picture here. Let's see if I can make it full screen first. Um, boom. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Okay.
I could have shown them in post.
I mean, I try and save you some
No,
money.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Let's talk about it. That's
Oh,
also
it messed up
cool.
everything?
No, no, well, it's person 3, but we good.
Okay.
I can actually
This is
focus on it.
it.
I can actually click on it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they made this new, this is the, I guess this is the concept. This might not be what it actually looks like at the end.
I'm
But
so glad.
basically,
I'm so glad you closed all the tabs that was unnecessary because you can see all your tabs right now. Just so you know.
excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. You know, this, I done sharing, I done sharing.
Well, 17 tabs open.
I need all the tabs,
And then you
okay? I
wonder
need
why
tabs like,
you
so I
wonder why
don't
things
forget to do
crash. You
stuff.
wonder why things crash.
Oh yeah, that's what remind me. I gotta close all the other windows I have open as well, other
Oh my
apps.
god.
Anyway,
Yeah, read the
anyway,
article.
anyway.
Read the article.
NASA is testing an all-terrain slithering robot to explore tunnels, glaciers, and snowdrifts on Saturn's icy moon of Enceladus. Enceladus.
Okay.
The 13-foot long, which is 4 meters for those non-Americans, machine is called EELS or EELS, which is an acronym for the Exobiology Extant Life Surveyor, owing to theories that the icy covered world of Enceladus may have a subsurface ocean of liquid water, one of the solar system's best places to look for signs of extraterrestrial life. For nearly 30 years, robotic rovers have retained the same buggy shape and design, from the original Pathfinder rover in 1996 to Perseverance in 2021. But these have been designed to traverse deserts like the Moon and Mars, covered in a
Okay.
loose mixture of sand and crushed rock known as regolith. Enceladus presents an entirely different set of challenges. And it goes on. But what do you think about that? That's kind of cool, right?
It looked really cool. I feel like if they could incorporate like probably like a tunneling feature, it could work at any terrain. Like a drill at the
Yeah,
front, so you could just like drill through wherever you got drill through.
yeah. I wonder, like, how does it work though? Because I feel like a robot slithering sounds not very mobile.
Extremely mechanical, right?
Yeah, like I just can't imagine a slithering robot.
Yeah, we'd have to see like a prototype or something to like understand. 'Cause it's hard to wrap your head around like an actual something that's jointed, moving,
Yeah,
moving smooth. It's probably gonna move clunky as hell the first time.
yeah. But I remember seeing that long not a while ago, but like a while ago,
Yeah,
they invented this mold, not mold, but like slime
yeah.
that's made up of like micro robots
Okay.
and it can like slither.
Hmm.
I doubt they would use a slime robot.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it's like
we'll see.
those toys you would get from like fair and carnival, the snake that you could like
Uh
so it's the way that the joints are connected is like extremely loose. So probably like something in there will, propel it along.
yeah.
But I'd like
I
to
think
see
it's
it.
really I think it's really interesting like how we're kind of like a lot of stuff has been like science fiction and now it's becoming real.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
I
So
like that they
I'll see if I
changed
can
things up from like, okay, we already got the desert stuff. Let's try and do some like icy stuff. The next thing, let's try and do some like watery stuff. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
What if they'll make like a dolphin robot that like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd
Like
be
an
cool.
octopus maybe. Probably better. So you could like
Ooh.
walk on land and then propel in the water.
Or they could send an actual octopus into space,
Okay.
like inject it with some super serum so you could become smarter and communicate with sign language.
So
And then,
when you close this book that you read it and you wake up,
I just saying, like, we get in there, we get in there.
but you see, oh man, we gotta talk about the book. The book is like in line with this now.
Dude, I love this. Okay, let me calm
Yeah,
down.
yeah, please, please,
Blood pressure
please.
going up.
Okay. All right, next article.
All right, we're gonna talk about the book next podcast, though.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, so I have 8 whole articles, so buckle up. So there's a shop. Where's the
yeah.
shop located? I don't know where it's located yet. I'll probably find it later on. There's a shop where the currency is kindness.
Okay.
Introducing the shop that's pioneering a new type of retail, one where goods are exchanged not for cash, but time. Ooh, time too valuable. Anyway, positive news visits the Cumbrian town where the idea is taking off. It felt like any other high street gift shop. A variety of homewares, candles, rugs, lamps, chairs, and plants were arranged in the display windows. Potted plants sat on overturned wooden crates, and cafe style tables and chairs lined the pavement outside. It was the type of place you might have wandered into on a sunny afternoon and you had you been visiting Carlisle Historic Quarter last June. Except this wasn't just any boutique. Here, all the goods were donated by local businesses and priced as volunteer time at nearby charities. Oh, that's cool. With the suggested number of hours displayed on the price tag. The Kinder Shop has taken the notion of kindness and transformed it into a concrete initiative that gives a real difference to local lives. The pop up shop was made possible by the backing and support of the Cumberland Building Society's Kinder Cumbria campaign, which aims to promote kindness and understanding within the community. The response was overwhelming, with over 1,000 hours pledged to help local charities in just one day. It's a simple idea with a lot of impact and is gaining momentum outside this small cathedral city.
So it's like you do community service, you could buy something basically.
Basically, you go in, you tell them, hey, I want that like TV over there. Well, in selling TVs, that potted plant over there. And then on
Yeah.
the price tag you have, I will do community service for 1 hour at the Boys and Girls Club or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I wonder if you, how do you like keep track of the pledge? Like, do you write it down or do you just like it's just like, I trust that you're gonna do what you say.
You just bring back verification from wherever you go to. Like they probably
I
give
think
you
this is
like a
a,
receipt that the person has to sign where you go to do whatever you gotta do. The person signed it, you bring it back, and then boom, boom, boom.
and that's good for, wait, this is a win-win for the person buying the stuff because they could just write this off in their taxes.
Yeah,
Which isn't, I guess that's not a bad thing.
yeah,
And honestly, it supports the neighborhood because I feel like it's hard generally to do charity. Like if you're not, if you're like me, you work constantly, you're not rich enough to like to just give money away. So the next option is to do community service, but then you don't feel like you have time because you have other things going on.
yeah.
But then this would be like I go in here, I'm like, I did say I was going to do this. Let me, I going to keep my
Yeah, yeah.
word.
Now you have to keep your word. But I feel like
Yeah.
we need to start getting to a point where we just do things like you said. We talked about like being rich or getting whatever we got. Just do it. You know, like just take even if it's 1 day a month, and you know you want to do community services, do it for 1 day. Just say today. On the weekend, I just gonna go find some visit to donate my time to and give them my time, and then that's it for the month. Start there. Start small. Like the post you short. Even if it's just like
Yeah,
five
yeah,
minutes
yeah.
or well maybe an hour. But like if it's just the one thing you have
This
to
hour.
do, just donate your time and then be like, did it for the month. Next month you may do 2 weekends. You don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good idea though.
You,
Nice to like inspire people to, because
yeah,
maybe some people might start doing community service without buying something at the shop after they like try
yeah.
it out and they're like, I actually like this.
Because I feel like there are people who are junkies for different things, right? Like you have people that go rock climbing, people that go riding go karts. It might have like the same kind of junky experience for like donating your time, working at a food shop. Food shop?
Yeah.
Like a what they called? Where they serve food to people.
Like a soup kitchen.
Soup kitchen, working at soup kitchen, stuff like that.
Mm.
That gives you like that same validation as like jumping off of buildings or whatever.
Mm. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. That's cool. All right. Next article. Debunking disinformation.
Oh,
7 truth defenders bringing people the facts. Fake news has been shown to spread faster than the truth. Remember we watched that on Netflix?
yeah.
So where can you get the facts from? These sources are a good place to start. In the social media age, it can be hard to get to the bottom of a story. According to a 2018 study by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, false stories spread more rapidly on Twitter than real news. And that was before Elon Musk's takeover of the platform, which reportedly led to a surge in misinformation, obviously. So how can you stay reliably informed? Well, these truth defenders have your back. Okay. Oh, cool. They just list some stuff, and then you could kind of read them each individually. So the first one is called NewsGuard. There's another one called Bellingcat Founder.
Are these
Bellingcat.
SEOs?
Huh?
Are these SEOs?
I don't know what's a SEO.
Like a search engine.
Oh. NewsGuard. It's a browser extension that gives sites a nutrition label review for thousands of sites, explaining who is behind it, what kind of content it publishes, and why it's receiving its rating, with specific examples of any trust issues the team found.
I was thinking more like you read an article like cat saves dog from burning building and you type that in and then it brings up like false or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like this one would be one to like kind of show like it's scrolling with the audience because I like it's like several of them, and for those of us who want to like really know where, because there are some in here that's like actual news
If
checking
you want to
things.
like expose your tabs again, we all for it. You
Wow.
want to
Okay.
show us you have 99 tabs open, it's okay.
See the judgment, guys. You see this? That's okay. I gonna minimize the way. I gonna
He's
minimize.
slowing this whole
I got this.
computer
I got this.
down.
I know how to fix it. I got this.
Oh man. Why is the computer so slow?
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Here's a
yeah,
tab,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. Uh-huh.
So as you can see, this is the NewsGuard one I just talked about. Then there's one called Bellingcat. Uh, this guy, ooh, he was making a blog about weapons. Okay. Anyway, he's now a pioneer of citizens-led journalism as founder of Bellingcat, which investigates using open source information such as videos and maps. They're currently collated evidence of war crimes in Ukraine. Wow. Okay. You got Finland curriculum. We got Full Fact. It's a UK leading independent fact-checking organization, and they check what comes out of politicians' mouths. I wonder if they do this for only UK or if it's like worldwide. And of course, we have BBC. Okay, so she basically does investigations. So she shines light into darkest corners of the internet, exposing COVID conspiracy theorists and disaster deniers, heaping misery on the survivors of terrorist atrocities. Wow. Okay. And I'll just scroll through these. I'm not going to read any more. Ooh, TikTok Mythbuster. We need this in our lives.
Real.
Listen, everybody on TikTok just saying whatever they want to say, and people just taking it as truth because you could just claim to be a doctor on there or claim to be a, whatever you want to claim you are. And I'm glad they have people who actually go up and make sure that they talking the truth. All right, and that's it. See, no tabs. Look at that.
Oh boy.
All right. Let's move on. I thought that was really cool because, like, as you remember, I said like we talked about the Netflix thing that we watched,
Yeah.
and I don't even use social media anymore because of the fact that like I just don't know what to trust. Although I've been going on Twitter a lot lately. I don't go there for news though. I go there for like following like the LCS. Do you use social media?
I dropped Facebook about 3 years ago, which means I also drop Instagram unless you send me something or one of my other friends send me something. TikTok, if my wife sent me something, you send me something. Like I don't actively go to scroll things anymore. I would think of myself as kind of off the grid-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Well,
stay off the grid.
is Discord so? Is not media? It's just people talking. Yeah, I don't have any social media at all.
Yeah, don't. To be honest, all these stuff track. Well, when they say track, it's kind of weird because it's just tracking you for advertising. It's not like tracking you for anything
That
too
we know
crazy.
of.
I mean, yo,
So,
the
speaking
guard.
of that, so we
Yeah,
had guests over last weekend, and we were talking about live action movies. So we talked about the Lion King movie, how they didn't like it or whatever. Then we talked about the Little Mermaid movie because we want to see it or whatever. We just
yeah.
talking,
You guys didn't
chilling.
like it.
Yeah, we were watching Hulu, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next ad was the Little Mermaid. Too much of a coincidence, bro. Too much.
I mean,
But how is the TV listening? With what mic? You know what I mean?
oh yeah, yeah.
Or did it go
True,
like through our phones to our Hulu account to the TV? Like how?
true. I don't know. Y'all have Alexa too, I bet.
Yeah.
See, y'all on the grid. Y'all on
Yeah,
the
but there's
grid.
there's some crazy stories about Alexa too. I heard that Alexa. I'll look into this for next podcast. But Alexa actually heard an argument happening, and then whenever we argue in here, sometimes Alexa would be like, "Would you guys like to hear this?" I'm like, "No one said your name first of all. Second of all, I was winning. Calm down." But it does come on when you argue though, like
Alexa
randomly.
trying to be that little kid, the little kid in the
Yeah,
car trying to calm down the
exactly.
parents.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's a good thing though.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Now we're gonna get into. I ordered these from like less entertaining to most entertaining. So
Okay.
now we get into the more entertaining stuff.
All right.
The world's most expensive ice cream costs $6,000, $696 per serving.
Okay. So
Now,
there's 10 servings.
let's see here. No, it's per serving.
You say it
So
costs
a
six
serving
thousand dollars.
per serving.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's not. So a serving is 2/3 of a cup.
Okay.
So it's $6,000 for 2/3 of a cup of ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A Japanese ice cream company assembles some of the world's rarest ingredients to create an ice cream flavor that costs 6,696 per serving.
Diamonds?
The Guinness,
Sorry.
I hope so.
Continue. I'm
I
sorry.
hope it's like crushed
It's
diamonds.
pissing me off, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Guinness World Record announced Japanese brand, not at free advertising here, earned the record for the world's most expensive ice cream with its new flavor, dubbed Byakuya. Byakuya. I don't know. I think it's Byakuya. The pricey treat's ingredients include rare white truffle grown in Alba, Italy, that costs around 6.9 per pound, 6,900. It also includes Parmigiano Reggiano. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And sake lees. Solato developed, damn, Eric, getting a free advertisement, developed the flavor with Tadayoshi Yamada, the head chef at Osaka restaurant Rivi. The company said it sought to combine European and Japanese flavors into something unique. Okay, so based on the ingredients that they listed so far, it sounded like it's kind of savory. Would you ever eat savory ice cream?
Right? Like bacon ice cream or something? I'll try it.
Bacon ice cream is a definite yes. But what
Yeah.
about macaroni and cheese ice cream?
Macaroni and cheese ice cream with probably chicken. Like it has to be something like something interesting for me to try it, not just like straight up macaroni.
Yeah, yeah. It will be just the basically the ice cream with like macaroni chunks in it.
Like a starchy ice cream.
Yeah. I would try it. I think like I don't know if I would like a savory ice cream, but I do like sweet and salt mixed together kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So that's why I like the bacon idea because I could just imagine like
Oh yeah.
sweet ice cream with like bacon chunks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would taste so good.
That's actually a thing though, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried like fried ice cream or like fried
Oh,
things that
deep
normally
fried
aren't
ice
fried?
cream,
Yeah.
deep fried Oreos, bro. I
You
would
tried it?
lose my whole life savings on deep fried Oreos.
Uh, man, that sounds so good. I never tried
It's,
any of it.
I tried it once. I was like, "There ain't no way it's been alive all my whole life. Give me 5 more." Could we have like barbecue stuff, like a barbecue convention? We have uh a chili cook off sometimes. But for the rib one, they do like deep fried jalapenos, deep fried Oreos, deep fried butter. No, not here. But deep fried butter is a thing. But that's gross.
Yeah.
But the deep fried Oreos with
A deep
the
fried.
powdered sugar.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh yeah. Deep fried
gosh.
butter with the fats for sure.
Yeah, man.
Like that's wild. But yeah, next time, actually, after this podcast, I'm gonna go look up, see if I could find a fair to try it because that
Yeah.
sounds. Oh my
And it's
God,
getting
that
more and more
sounds so good.
popular as time goes on. Deep fried is like a big thing now.
Ooh,
Or you
let
could
me
find a
calm
food
down.
truck that has it.
True. That's probably more accessible.
Yeah.
All right, we have 4 articles left, guys. Hang in there.
Uh, let's do two.
Fine, let me skip to the best two then. Uh, actually, you know what? I like this one more, so I want to do this one. A Nigerian chef cooks nonstop for 100 hours to set a new global record.
Why is this even a record?
Yeah. In Abuja, Nigeria, a Nigerian chef on Monday set a new global record for the longest hours nonstop cooking as she cooks for 100 hours, surpassing the current record. Hilda Baki, or Basi, has been cooking since last week, Thursday, when she set out to beat the Guinness World Record of 87 hours and 45 minutes, set in 2019 by Lata Tandon, an Indian chef. At around 1945, that's 7:45 on Monday GMT, Baki cooked for the 100th hour in the Lekki area of Lagos, Nigeria, commercial hub, to become a national sensation in West African nation. Thousands who gathered at the scene jubilated and sang her praises as she stopped cooking a few minutes after. The Guinness World Records tweeted it was aware of the chef's attempt to break the cooking record. We need to review all the evidence first before officially confirming the record, the global brand said. Wow.
Wait, so obviously, what defines cooking? If you have a cake
I
baking for an hour and a half, you could take a nap in that time because that's technically cooking. And while that's still baking, you start chopping up stuff and you're cooking, right?
No, I think she was cooking Nigerian food. I think she was cooking like restaurant food, not like baking cake and stuff.
But okay, let's say you put something in the oven for an hour and a half, that's you cooking. Like, can you just take a nap and that still counts as cooking? Or like, what's continuously cooking mean in this sense? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. I feel like cooking would mean as long as the stove is on and something is being made. So yeah, you're right. Like she could probably take a nap because 100 hours. I don't know how many days that is,
It's probably like
but you have to
4-ish
sleep.
days.
You have to sleep.
Yeah,
And she have
four
a husband at
days.
home.
Four
You
days.
think he can be waiting 4 days without
I mean,
a little something?
for the fame that comes after, yeah.
No,
Do your
sir.
thing. No, we're not all
Mm-mm.
like you. Do your thing, girl. I'll be good. Bring home this money.
She ain't got no money for this.
But she gonna be on talk shows, on TV shows, get probably her own cooking show eventually, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
You gotta think into the
That's the
future,
thing.
man.
People need to learn how to leverage things more.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody knows how to leverage stuff. Like people become famous, like that guy from hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah.
You know that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think he did leverage it
He
into
had
his
like
win.
a record deal and stuff like that.
Yeah. He did leverage it. But yeah, people need to leverage their fame more often. That's cool though. I really like that story because one, it's talking about an African country.
Yeah.
Two, it's a female chef, which you don't often hear about. I usually hear about like male chefs.
I might need to get out there more. There's a lot of female chefs.
Really?
Yeah, like Rachel. Well, that's white, but like Rachel Ray. Uh, there's a show on Netflix where they bring in a lot of black chefs, a lot of female chefs.
I mean, when I say male chefs, I mean like any race, but male chefs.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like
them.
I never heard of in the,
Wherever you open, you got closed because you
in like
freezing now.
mainstream media. Oh, looking up Rachel Ray. God blocked it.
That's funny. That's crazy. Yeah, but there's a lot of female chefs out there.
Okay. All right. Last article. Since my boss over here tell me
I'm just looking at the
atheist
time,
women,
but you probably could do two more.
that I gotta read. Last one. Last one. Last one. This is gonna be a hopefully funny one. A Colorado man tries to trade places with a dog to avoid a DUI arrest. So in Springfield, Colorado, this is where the article is. A driver who was pulled over for speeding tried to switch places with his dog to avoid arrest.
What
Police in
are you?
Carlos. An officer watched him maneuvering inside the car before he got out on the passenger side on Saturday night in Springfield, a town of about 1,300 people on the state's eastern plains, police said in a Facebook post on Sunday. The man said he was not behind the wheel and clearly showed signs of being drunk, police said. He ran from the officer when asked about how much he had to drink and was caught within 20 yards, which is 18 meters, police said. After being taken to the hospital to be checked out, the man was arrested on suspicion of charges including driving under the influence of alcohol and or drugs and driving while ability impaired, as well as for previous warrants for his arrest. What's going on with this guy? That's the whole story.
I should get charged with like stitching on the dog, man. Like,
First of all, how he get down to sit in the seat? Because
that's an obedient dog.
yeah,
You're like, sit. Okay.
I just imagine it like this small little tiny like Chihuahua sized
Oh
dog that he
no, that's
pretends to
funny.
drive.
Oh, this is the craziest story you ever read.
Yeah,
But
actually, I
that,
had one more that was crazier, but
we could do it. But imagine like the officer come and actually tell like, okay, where's your license, dog? And the dog like, huh?
yeah,
Oh, no license.
you would have to be an actual idiot. The cop would have to be drunk too.
I mean like playing along. Let's play along with it to give him the benefit of the doubt, you know. All right, Fido, where's your license?
I'm gonna try that next time.
Hmm.
I'm gonna basically what I'm gonna do is that when I have my baby. No, I
Yeah.
don't get me more in trouble actually
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the baby
yeah.
will be
You
in front
wild
of
as hell.
Or what I could do is give the baby a steering wheel in the back. You know,
Yeah,
babies
yeah,
have a little
yeah.
steering wheel,
Hey, he's
and then I'm
driving.
gonna jump in. I'll be like, he was driving the whole time, and hopefully the cop laugh at me
The
like,
cop
let me
will laugh
stop.
and be like, "Get out of here." They be like, "Oh wait, you're black. Get stop."
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
He'd
yeah,
be like, never mind. Let me
yeah,
not
yeah.
count
Calm
up
down,
it.
calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. I already went too far. You can't. Nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna take it to the next level, but let me
That's
calm down.
funny. All right, do your crazy one. I'll allow it.
All right. Chicken loose on subway tracks, out services in Mexico City. Mexico City, services were temporarily halted on a line of Mexico City subway system after a chicken got loose on the tracks. Video distributed by the city's metro system Monday showed electricity cut off at a station near the city center on Sunday. The video showed maintenance personnel and civil defense officers in hard hats chasing the elusive bird around the tracks with brooms, gloves, and a trash bag. The chicken eluded several attempts to capture it before one worker tossed his coat over the bird. And then they beat it with a stick. Just kidding, they didn't do that. The metro system said
Obviously.
service was quickly restored after the incident.
Oh, that's it.
I had more, but I just want to end there.
Oh man, this chicken. Oh my gosh. Wait, was it electric train or something? Why did it
Um,
matter?
I'm guessing the train also trains wouldn't run and just like kill the chicken.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, who cares? We're gonna eat that chicken or something. So
The tracks, no.
true, true. You don't want that smell either, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
All right. I have a thread here that was very nostalgic for me when I was reading it.
Cool.
What's a typical 90s scenario that today's youth will never experience?
I seen this one. Okay.
Talking to someone's parents and asking for your friend since it's a landline and no caller ID.
Facts.
Answering the phone in the kitchen, then running back to your room to take it there and yelling, "Mom, hang up the phone! Mom, hang up the phone!"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh. Oh, it's for you is something people don't say a lot anymore, and something I said or was told all the time as a kid in the 90s.
Yeah.
Dial up internet. That tone is ingrained in my memory.
Yeah. And don't be using headphones or something when that thing kick in. You gonna go deaf.
Oh my gosh. The experience of losing connection when you downloaded 99% of the file because your mom picked up the phone still hurts.
Yo.
Oh man, downloads was the
Yo.
worst. The wind could have blown, a tree branch could have knocked the internet line. Boom, you gotta start
Remember
all
watching
over.
YouTube?
Oh,
Watching YouTube? That
I
thing
don't think
itching. You gotta press pause or wait.
we used to have to press pause at UVI, go do other stuff, come back to the room and play it.
Yeah.
And they had fast internet.
That's crazy.
Telling everyone in your family you're downloading a big file, don't pick up the phone. Remind your family that you're downloading a big file and not to pick up the phone. Tell your family the file is almost done, not to pick up the phone. Someone pick up the phone within 10 seconds left. You have to start the 14-hour download all over again tomorrow. 14 hours is... And that's so true. We had such long wait times for downloads.
Yup. You gotta download everything overnight. And even
Yeah,
then, you
that's not
gotta
enough
download it
time.
overnight. And then while you're at school, hopefully it stays downloading.
Can't trust people at house to not pick up the phone during the day. That's a lot to ask
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
I actually had a second landline my parents got first to have like internet and have the house phone at the same time.
Smart.
So here's where it gets nostalgic. Getting a video to rent and watch it at home made you feel like you're going out to do something. Another
I
thing
do miss
youth,
Blockbuster.
yeah, me too. Another thing you'd want to understand is going to rent a specific movie, only to find out other people will beat you to it. You have to rent your second choice. That always sucked.
Yeah. The worst part actually was renting a movie on a DVD and it was scratched to hell.
Oh, I talk about it on stream, bro. What were they doing with this movie?
I do not know. People just did not know how to handle this.
My cousin and I thought that people would go to the actual theater and be like, you know what? After I watch this, nobody watching. They were like, scratch up
Yeah.
the whole thing. I'm like, there's no way a scene should be this scratched up. There's no way.
Yeah. And it just came out. That's impossible.
Yeah. Um, just made me realize that now folks are watching movies dang near every night. It's no longer a special event like we had in the 80s and 90s. No wonder we don't get things done and get off to bed after the news while our folks watch MASH. We're too busy streaming 12 movies on the regular. That's so true.
True. But I actually like it this way now because I could turn on a movie while I'm
Yeah.
at work
Yeah.
and it just plays. I don't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah. This one is kind of cool. My mom and I had this tradition for a while where whenever she would pick me up from school on Friday, we'd go to Blockbuster. She'd rent a movie and I'd rent an N64 game. And we would tell each other about what we rented Saturday morning. I will keep that memory in my until I die.
That's
It's a good
really
memory.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. N64, man.
Yeah.
But what mom care about N64 game? Mommy, I was playing Kirby and I had to jump.
Actually, my mom, my aunt were actually very much into the games we were playing.
Okay.
They'd be like, I beat that game last night. I'm like, there's no way you beat that game last night.
Mommy? Yeah. Wait, no
That was
way.
they still made that joke up until last year. You're like, remember I beat that game? You did not beat any game.
You even play it.
Go be like, Like, you know what? Let's call it bluff. Here, play. No, I already beat the game. I don't want to play anymore. Okay.
Of course, of
Okay.
course, of course.
Oh, man. Hmm. The feeling of coming home, free school or work, and the outside world being very separate from you until the following day. You couldn't easily find out what your friends were doing. They weren't doing anything anyway. You couldn't easily catch up on the news unless it happened to be on. You couldn't catch up on the new movies or celebrity gossip unless you had the magazine laying around, which would come out monthly. It's a level of relaxation that we took for granted, but we're likely the last generation to experience it. That's so
Yeah,
true.
yeah. I feel like nowadays you have to like intentionally be like no TV or phones for the next hour or
Yeah.
something.
Take like a detox, digital
Yeah,
detox.
yeah. I just call it sleep, but hey.
You like this one. That's a response. Yep. It's the quiet space where my brain was free to be both creative and learn. I experienced this and know how good it was for me, but there's no way to live like that now. It's one thing to be anti tech and make that your lifestyle, but I'm pretty basic, bitch, and I can't be disconnected from the wider world because everyone else is so connected. It's hard for me to turn it off. Much easier when everyone else did it because we had no other choice.
Yeah. Well, we're never going back to that, so we better get used to it.
Yeah.
And you know something too? I feel like in the future, the kids nowadays gonna be like, y'all VR world. Back in the day, we used to interact in person, or we
Yeah.
used to interact by typing each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be something else.
But we had, yeah, yeah, we had a slight VR stuff back in the day. But the VR that you could do now, you could do like a VR chat with people where you like using your avatar. But
Mm,
then the next stage is gonna be actually you gonna be in the world with your VR headset on.
mm.
Alright, this is
So,
yeah.
damn, I want to talk about the book, but anyway, let's go. Let's keep going.
This one's a back to back to back. Call and connect on a public payphone to have someone pick you up. Comment and
Fact.
quickly give in the pickup information as your name so they didn't have to accept the call. Bob, we had a baby as a boy. That's the collect call.
Ah, fuck.
One word. Say it quickly.
Yo, that's smart. My bad, baby. Hang up.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how it works. I never use a payphone, but
And then after you see that, the person will get a call like, "Would you like to accept the call from where the baby boy?" And then they'll be like, "Nah, I got the information."
yeah, 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 yeah. That's what you do when you're in prison, I think, right?
Yeah, sometimes. Oh, speaking of that, you ever use like a phone card to call Long Island, like St. Kitts?
Nah.
Phone cards was like the real RNG of back in the day. Because you buy a $5 phone card, and one day you get 30 minutes, one day you get 30 minutes, one day you get 7 minutes. I was like, what's going on?
That sounds like a scam.
I don't know what was going on. It was like the time of day. I don't know what. It was just random. You never get the same time twice.
Y'all would gain, reuse, recycle.
And you know, like, let's say like me and you are best friends, right? And we ain't talking like 3 months. We try and catch up, and we talking, and we don't realize. And here, you have 2 minutes left, huh? You don't realize the time is just flying by.
That's funny. But no, I never use phone cards.
Mm,
I had a friend, or I have a friend. He used to buy those prepaid phones
yeah.
and just use them. That's the only thing I know about. Like use those till the minutes run out, and then yeah, next one.
Look at that now too.
Yeah, call it the
Uh,
drug dealer phones.
yeah. Burner phones. Making plans beforehand and having a meeting place since no one owns cell phones. Yeah.
True.
And
I
someone,
still do that though.
yeah, someone asked like, what happened if people didn't show up? And someone replied with, my youth and adulthood perfectly straddled cell phones. Last minute cancellations became increasingly more common throughout my 20s, but were rare in my teens. What really sucked was when a date didn't show up and you had no way of knowing whether one, they were okay, two, they had a good reason, or three, they decided to stand you up. You generally assume the worst, or at least I did.
Yeah.
I feel like people actually stuck to plans more back then. Cause now you just send a text like, "Hey, I can't make it," and I was like, "Oh, great," you know. But back then,
Yeah.
there has to be a reason why you're not coming.
Yeah, or at least like you won't get to tell them until the next time you see them, so you
But
have
you
to
don't
show
even know
up.
when they're gonna be.
Exactly.
Jesus.
You have to show up. That's wild. I wish people would like. So I still do that, which is like if me and my wife go somewhere,
Yeah.
I might be like, if we get separated, let's just meet here.
Okay.
Of course,
She'll
technology
call
lover
you.
over here.
Yeah, she must
Well,
call
why
you.
don't you just call me? Yeah.
I mean, it's a pro and a con, but I feel like the other way is actually better.
The calling.
Yeah, but then there's a story here that a guy was at his school for an hour because he didn't see his mom. Then she realized she didn't have all the kids at home, so she's trying to pick him up. But the thing was, like,
Wow.
he could have gone inside the school and call her, but like, if you go inside the school, then she come, and you know, she'd be like, "Oh, he got a ride." Like, it was
Yup.
so crazy back then.
Yup. Nowadays, though, I think it's important for kids to have phones. At first, I was kind of against it,
Yeah.
but I think what I'm gonna do it if I have a child, I don't give them like a phone that's you can't really do anything on it besides make calls and text maybe.
Okay.
Because I feel like nowadays kids need phone in case like something happened at the school with the shootings and all that
Hmm.
nowadays, or like maybe some medical emergency. I'd rather just have my kid be able to reach me if they need
Or
to.
if you do get separated, because it's hard to find a child at night at a fair. Let's just be honest. It happened to
Facts.
us. We didn't lose him, but he was went off the plane. And we're like, okay, it's time to go. Where is he? I don't know. Like you can't just look and
Yeah,
see. There's so much kids running
yeah,
around, so much going on. Like if you have a phone, you can at least call him, pick up. Where you at? Here, pick him up.
yeah, yeah. Wait, which kid? The baby or
No,
the older?
the older one.
Okay, this is a baby. That would have a panic attack.
Ah, yeah. Where are you? That.
He ain't even gonna pick up. He gonna be pressing all the buttons. Like
Yeah, he didn't have my phone. Like, hello. I'm like, okay, yo. And he just walk off.
that's funny.
Okay. Um, here's $20. I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock when the mall closes. Don't talk to strangers.
Facts.
Yeah, that don't happen anymore at all. When someone
Back in the
says,
day, when you had to catch the bus yourself to get to school and stuff like that.
"Ooh, yeah," someone says, "I'm being able to do so much with that $20. Eat, buy a single, a pair of earrings from Claire's, etc. $20 is nothing these days."
True. Damn. No, it is. At least you could buy lunch with the 20.
Yeah, meeting people at the gate when you're picking up from the airport.
True. You could have go all the way up, and now you can't anymore. You have to go through the check-in thing.
Somebody says gate. I used to walk onto the plane with my grandparents. I'd hang out with them until a stewardess announced the last call, then I'd leave. That would be crazy today.
True. Yeah, I remember that too. You could have literally like, man, those were the days, man.
That's a different experience because you know what happened and terrorism and all that. That's what really changed it.
Damn terrorists. They had to ruin it for everybody. But in the future,
Hmm.
when everything becomes like how it is in Scythe,
Yeah,
don't have to worry about that anymore.
I'll save it.
Yeah, let's save it. I really want to talk about this book.
Making a dash through the house from the kitchen to the couch when someone yelled, "It's back on!"
Yo, that's why our generation was so athletic. We know
Yeah,
what we're nerds.
yeah. There's somebody said this is how my mom used to get my sister and I to clean the house. One commercial at a time during a movie.
Doing a movie
Yeah.
is real life.
Cause,
Yeah.
cause movies came on like like sci-fi and TNT, so you had like a whole 2 minutes to go do something. I'm like, the movie coming back on, run
Yeah,
back.
yeah. You know, I used to hate though.
Yo,
Sometimes you will start a movie and it's in the middle of the movie.
hey, whenever you come, you come.
And then you have to wait and hope it come out again. And you can see it from the beginning.
Oh, listen to this. Missing an episode on TV and never knowing when you can see that episode again unless someone chance recorded it.
Yeah. Dude, it's so many movies that I saw as a kid,
Yeah.
midway to the end, several times. I never see the beginning.
That happens too often. Like, again.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I would literally look up the directory to
The
see what
TV
episode we
guide.
on,
Yes.
and then I would be like, okay. And then I would forget and I miss the movie again.
You a TV guy like okay, coming on at 2. Like, please. And then you just go like it's 3 o'clock. You just 3 o'clock. It's like
Or you like saving times and you think they'll come out at this time
ooh.
and they come out a whole hour earlier. And you're like,
Ooh.
damn it.
And the thing about this as well, for like shows that are episodic, but they weren't showed episodically for some reason. It has to be
Yeah.
like in random parts of the series.
Yeah. It's just random. Like the
If it's
first
already
episode to the
completed,
last
yeah.
episode, like random. I don't know what's going on in this story.
Back in the day, it would be hard to binge something because you had to wait every week, and if you miss a week, you had to wait for the season to be done, and they were just playing it whenever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You know, remember from back in the days,
Yo.
like a bunch of soap operas.
Oh my gosh, dude. They call
All My
stories, first of
Children,
all.
General Hospital, like,
The Bold
jeez.
and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless.
Yeah, jeez. Dude,
They're
good
all
sleeping
the
material.
same. It's
Yeah.
always the same plot. Here's the main themes. Somebody gonna die. Then
Yeah.
4 episodes down the line, they're alive. Huh? The car
Yep.
crashed, but I jumped out. Okay, whatever. You have
Yeah.
twins. So one person doing something crazy, they have a twin. They don't know who doing what. You have wetlock children that just grow up and be crazy. People cheating. It's like they're all doing the same thing, just different names.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know if you ever went to with your mom to the hairdresser,
No.
but I used to have to go to my mom to the hairdresser, and my boy, I used to have to sit there bored, listen to All My Children playing. I'd never watch it. I don't even know what will happen on the screen because I used to just zone out, like just zone out.
Oh man. Oh, this one. Waiting for your school district to be announced as on time, late, or cancelled on the news when it snowed. But for us, it's just one day they're just calling schools that's closed. This school closed. This school closed. This school closed. And it's like, I didn't hear my school. Let me listen again. This school closed. This school closed. You hear your school's like, yes, I could stay home.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's the
God.
only reason I used to like hurricane season. Which is messed up.
People talk about using maps, stopping at the gas station. That's with directions.
Yep.
This one for the nerds. Write out the blocks on your memory card so you can't save the game you're ready for Blockbuster.
Yeah. I never used to save those games anyway because I used to be like, what's the point? I have to return it.
You rent it again. There's one time we had a $38 late fee on a game. We just didn't bring it back.
Y'all should just never bring it back.
No, but if you don't bring it back, you can't rent ever again.
Yeah, exactly. Just make a new name.
You wild. Oh, video games only work on channel 3. Yeah,
That's the one I saw.
That's when you had the red, white, and yellow cables.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's about it.
All right, guys. Well, that was another episode of Rabbit Hole Roundtable Talks. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and show some love.
Yeah, we have
a
a
join our
Patreon.
Patreon.
We got 2 patrons on there right now. We're gonna make some stuff for you guys. Don't worry. We just need to find the time. We have the motivation, just no time. But we have plans. We have plans.
Yeah.
And remember, you guys have the first dibs on what you want to see, hear, or talk about. Just send it to us, and we'll look into it, and it'll be on the next episode.
Yep. And if you want to see Wanted Twerk, there you go. You know where to go to request it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what we could do about that. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
All right. Peace.